Hi and welcome back, Aquarians. Let's get straight into your reading for the week ahead, and we'll go and look at the bottom left hand corner there, the Magician. Again, it's a wand, so it's setting your seeds, your ideas are there. So you're putting ideas into motion here and bringing them forward. So things are appearing around you at the moment, Aquarius. So you're making moves, making your ideas, your choices. You're showing that they're coming out there, so you're making them visible. Now the Knight of Wands means you're going to be making moves, so whether it's a new home or new property or regarding a job, it's about making that move and you're going forward with that. So the Knight of Wands always comes to move you there, so things lifting up for you and starting to go in another direction. You've been taking stock of your finances that's around you. Although we're holding on to some tightly there, it is looking about what's under your feet. But financially, in this card, it shows security there with the finances that are around. So you're balancing up nicely, but keeping hold of some. So if some's going out a little bit more than what you think, just keep some back a little bit. But then again, as I said, if you don't move it, it doesn't circulate. So it's about what you know that you're in your wealth that you can afford to let go of, if you like, and enjoy. I see that you've got the Knight of Swords, which brings you challenges, so drawing you into a few arguments here, but let's hold you back a little bit and not go charging in here. So anything that upsets you or you feel that you've got a battle, don't have an opinion or an argument. Just note that if you don't go charging in, things will settle a lot sooner, because if you do charge there and you just don't really get all your facts and situations together, you could be burdening yourself down there. So you do carry a lot of weight upon your shoulder. And I feel this is because you don't share things. You kind of, Aquarius, you like to deal with things in your own way and your own time and how you want to do things. So you've got to stop burdening yourself down as well. And with past, there's a lot of past you drag around with you. Just don't be dragging too much, and kind of, if we work through your burdens, we can start dropping them out and placing them down. You've got the nice King at the side of you there, the King of Pentacles. Now, that also relates to your wealth that's around. We've already showed you bottom card with your Four of Pentacles is like, it's kind of examining our finances, looking at what we've got and we have around us and taking looking. It can be stocks and shares and looking into things. But also the King of Pentacles relates to having a significant abundance of what they've worked for. So the down to earth, the caring and sharing is the King of Pentacles. So in your kingdom, as you look, it's yours that you've grown. And having that, we know that when Pentacles are very hard working, because they've come from hard working backgrounds as well, where they know that they've had to fend and look after and nurture what's been theirs. And so don't through that hang on too tight. Note that we keep it circulating there, but it's a lovely card to know that you've got is a King of Pentacles. Then you do go to your Five of Sorrow cards. Now that's Five of Cups. Now fives are always the sorrows. They're always the cards that's very difficult. And although we can look back and, we always say it's no good crying over spilt milk. So face some things and don't turn your back on them, because although things you've had to knock out your way, you've had to bridge over a lot of troubled waters. And although I feel like I'm talking about propping you up here, sometimes you've been propping others up, and through your own inner strength, and I would say ability to feel you can keep going forward, will bring you down eventually. You've got to face things and work through things. The Queen of Wands is there, which is showing me that you've got very clever heads upon your shoulders as Aquarius. You've got to use this head. You've got to use your abilities here, because this card always relates to me as being a very challenging card, because you want to rise up to all these challenges and you want to nurture everything around you and grow there, because she's always my university card. I always feel that she comes in to say, look, I've got the intelligence, and she likes to be outdoors as well, and she likes to mature. She's a very loving queen, is the Queen of Wands. And you've also got the Queen of Pentacles, is the generous. So you've got the love of the wand and you've got the generosity of the Queen of Pentacles. Again, finances looking at them. Now also remember that we've got the generosity towards others that you give out there all the time, but make sure you've got some in your own lap to enjoy yourself as well, because she's a beautiful queen, is the Queen of Pentacles. Now the Temperance here means you've got to do things in moderation. Now that's a moderate flow in, if you can see. She balanced things up as well, so things always will be coming in and things will always flow to you. Again, it's the water that we were drawn to in here and testing you all the time, but you do manage to fill that cup so it keeps flowing into you. I'm going to draw you to the back of your major card there at the back. Now that's the Sun, so you can see the happy times there, so flowing into the happiness that's with you as well. So it's about being able to share that with family and friends and being happy once again. So out comes the Sun for you. So it's about releasing things and having good times. Now you've always kind of restricted yourself to some extent here, because there's been pathways available to you, but you've never known whether they are worth the risk. So you kind of sometimes hold yourself back a little bit and don't see clearly the road ahead of you. So sometimes you can be coming across your obstacles a little bit, but through certain, again, challenges in your past that's burdening you down, you're not too whether secure or feel safe, whether it's worth adventuring down a new road. So you've got things to sort out there and things to balance up and untie yourself a little bit, so that you know if you put your foot on that path that it will give you a new opening. So it's about releasing from the old and adventuring on the new, but you can do that by taking the arrows down and knowing that the road ahead of you is not blindfolded. It's there if you open your eyes. The world is there for you. It's going to be your oyster. So there's a completion here coming. So the ending of things and the beginning of the new. Now the world is always the highest card you can ever pick in a pack. It's a card that means I've completed this and I'm ready for my new now. So it's to me, it's your closing doors and the start of everything is new. And all the four corners are in the world. So the world's your oyster. You can see where you have got some physical backache or pain there, but also stabbings in the back. So not everybody is nice, and just remember this. So some envious people of you. So just be aware, be a bit wary of this, because the arrows are showing up there. And also you're very protective of what is yours, because you've got the card that says dishonesty. So you've got stabbing in your back and dishonesty, both showing up in these cards here to the top of the right side. Now, where that card is, it means you go to protect what's rightly yours, but looking back and trying to see what you've got to let go sometimes and say, I know he's safeguarding everything, but you've got to watch that you don't run off with every idea or situations, because you could find that you'll have more battles on your plate if you do. So you're protecting what's rightly yours and you're protecting your ideas and your decisions, but just note that although you're guarding this, just be aware that you've got to be honest, but you've got to be aware that people are not always honest with you as well. I've got the Knight of Cups. Now the Knight of Cups means you're trotting on really, and you can be proud of just how far that you have actually come. Now you can go on forward with this, because it's proudness that you carry with you, and you will always hold your head up proudly and venture onward and forward. You will at times have to stand your ground. There'll be moments where things prop up, but you've gone through battles in your past, so these have made you stronger. And where these props are, now it's a time where you will think, right, well, I've done that, I've cleared that out, I'm doing that, and there's nothing I can't challenge now, because I can fight my corner. So you've had things to have to get through, but you've always stood solid to them, you stood your ground. But by standing your ground and standing up for what you believe in, sometimes has brought you more battles, because along comes the other five. Again, the five of wands is linking you to, although you've got balance and with your card there, it's showing you that you like to fight fair and square. You like a clean challenge, but you like a fair fight. but it will bring you on. But these are little arguments that can build up right into big ones. But when you're winning them little ones, it means that when the bigger challenges come forth, you're able to angle them easier. So you've got a lot of courage and a lot of strength, but you've got a lot of maturity to have people bow down to you as well. So this is what you like to do. You like to stick your ground, fight your corner, and keep your strength up. To know that your challenges you're not frightened of. You challenge anything, and you'll stick to that belief. Your wheel of fortune will bring you round in circles. You're travelling round and round, but sometimes, you know, it's been a road that you've had to kind of adventure on, that you've sometimes not wanted to get on this wheel because it took you to a low place. But when you're on top, you're really on top. But when you go to the bottom, you can really sink low. So what it's saying is you've got to keep this wheel moving and not get stuck at the bottom, and keep going forward all the time. Although sometimes you felt like it's, you know, 2 steps forward, 5 backwards, but you keep plodding away regardless. So keep that wheel turning and know that the wheel of fortune is there for you. So it's a card to have. Well, bring you a nice, and I feel like a good move. But also you've got to wave another 5, and these are all really tricky cards, the 5s, and you've got another one showing up, so you've got 3 altogether in this reading. So they are all middle cards, so they are about sometimes feeling a little bit low and feeling a little bit down, because that's what the 5s do. They bring you the challenges, but they also bring you the Pentacles, the 5 of Pentacles, which means throughout, although things have been tough, difficult, for going even back, I know these are only readings supposed to be weekly, but I'm going to go back with you and say that you've had a difficult road, and you've had one way you sometimes felt lonely and isolated on, but you've kept going round all the same with the wheel, but you've always been supported by others. And so they won't let you down. So other people have always been on your road with you and will stand by whatever you do, even though it's been difficult. You've had a lot of heartache, you can see in the 3. And also it can link to a medical card, but nothing major. I don't diagnose and I don't prescribe. But I feel like this more feels to me like it's of a loss. And so you've gone through difficult situations, but I just feel like, even though it's a weekly reading, I feel like I'm going back with this and saying it's always like you're waiting for that next challenge to come and appear around you. But remember, the card of your major card sits at the back there, which is showing that really happy card. So although these disappointments are there and the heartache card is there, that card is showing you at the end of the day the sun's coming out for you. So everything is going to brighten up and happy times are on your cards. Right, Aquarius, I shall leave that with you. I hope you've enjoyed your reading. Please leave a message or post a comment, and like and subscribe, and I'll be with you in the following week. Thank you for listening.